I describe it as having anxiety in my bones. It's a visceral fear and just despair.
And leaves them feeling helpless and worthless.
My anxiety is a constant voice and a constant thing in the back of my head, just undermining me and cutting me down constantly.
So we can see here that the MIT News reports that the current low-carb, protein-crazed carbohydrates have been demonized, accused of weight gain, etc., etc. So we basically have all these gurus out there who have no idea about what they're talking about in terms of what is really going to work for weight loss, and they pretend that these countries like Kenya, like Asia's not a country, but I guess we should say continents like in Africa and in Asia, you got billions and billions of lean people who don't even really do any exercise routines. They ride their motorbikes around, or maybe they walk a little bit here and there, but their diets are based on carbohydrate, and they're super lean, and they don't have the depression rates that we have here in the West. Now, this is all about serotonin. So we have serotonin is crucial not only to control your appetite, but it's also to stop you from overeating. It's essential to keeping your moods regulated. So that's why I find it so easy to be upbeat, and I find it so easy to be lean and have energy and not be taking any medications, antidepressant meds, etc., because I'm getting enough carbohydrate. So first what we see is when people cut carbohydrates, they get anxiety like instantly, like within a few hours, particularly. Everyone knows that word hangry. And there's also, so people get either angry or they get anxiety when they get in that undercarb feeling. So, I mean, Sarah Wilson, the author of I Quit Sugar, publicly dealing with her anxiety on the 60 Minutes show. So good on her for being public about it. But it's unfortunate that she's not making the connection with the diet, because I've spoken with a lot of people on the internet and in person, and they're having their families or friends doing this I Quit Sugar stuff, and the anxiety and depression they feel. So I feel Sarah, as an author, has a duty of care, a duty of responsibility to educate people on the dangers of low carb and then the links with depression. I mean, we see the science here. We see the science here that low carb diets increase depression because they decrease serotonin. And then people go, and so let's say you do a low carb diet and you're feeling more depressed. Well, you're not eating enough carbohydrates. Maybe you're not even doing low carb. Maybe you just don't know how to eat enough carbs, which is like most people's situation. Most people go to a restaurant and have rice, and have like this little piddly serve of rice, and so they're under carb, but not even consciously trying to do low carb. You got people who actually consciously try and cut carbs and go absolutely fucking crazy. But you got people out there who just don't, even myself is someone that don't eat enough carbohydrate, because it takes to eat 700 to a kilogram of carbs a day. That's a lot of consistent effort. We don't do that 99% of the time, but there's times where you get caught up, or you're giving to someone, or you just, you've been unorganized, and you can get a little bit spaced out, a little bit like undercarbed, and, just not being yourself, doing stuff that's not really that productive. So, let's say someone's going to do a low carb diet, and then their carbs get cut, so their serotonin drops, and they start feeling depressed, they can't function at work, their sex drive drops, or and then they go to the doctor, so what's up? The doctor goes, oh, you need this. You need these SSRI medications, and then their sex drive gets decreased or fucked up, or guys can't keep it hard or whatever, or girls just they dry up, or there's just nothing going on there, and then but there's no looking at the diet. The doctor doesn't say what are you eating. If anything, the doctors these days say don't eat carbohydrate. So where does the average person go for help? They end up with finding me, or finding Dr. McDougall. They end up finding that documentary called What the Health. If you want more information on this, watch the documentary What the Health, all right? If you are feeling depressed, increase carbohydrate intake, decrease your fat. Do an experiment. You might think I'm a crazy crackpot, fruit bat, whatever, but I guarantee you I can make you feel a lot better by switching out your diet choices. I guarantee that. I can't guarantee you'll love me or you'll hate me. I can guarantee, though, I'll get you your leanest, fittest, happiest self ever, best performance self. And that's with an increase. And that's with an increase of carbohydrate and a decrease of dietary fats. And also recommend vegan, because the stuff we do to animals today is just wrong. It's unnecessary. So just do it for a couple of months, man. Try it out. And maybe get a copy of my ebook, Carb the Fuck Up. Don't quit sugar, carb the fuck up. I've got a great ebook out there called Carb the Fuck Up. If you want to get lean and live the dream life, then that's the book you should read again. All right? Anyway, you got any questions? Here's something down below. Why does a low carb diet cause anxiety, panic attacks? It's because it stuffs up your serotonin and makes you glucose exhausted, right? Glucose deficient. That's why people end up in a depressed state, because they're glucose deficient. Cut the dietary fat. Increase the sugars from rice, fruits, simple sugars. Increase that. Decrease the fat. Watch the brain start working better. More serotonin is what life's about. Life's meant to be sweet, all right? Life's meant to be sweet.